Good morning, good evening, good night, everyone, family caregivers, older persons, entrepreneurs, those who are just trying to bridge gaps in their family. Welcome back to Lana's Little Things with me, Dr. Lana, specialist gerontologist. We're talking all things on life itself, all of the above. So, how are you? Now, this is a this is gonna be a tough one because we're talking about the end or a beginning. What do I mean by that? And why did I have a bucket? Why do I have a bucket in my hand? Well, I did have cause to pause this entire week, and more specifically to today, this weekend. And it's been about something we've talked about here before, but I really wanted to go into it a little bit more, and that's the concept of a bucket list. Now, many of you may know what a bucket list is. The concept is basically you what would you like to accomplish before you die? Before you kick the right. That was the slang phrase. Now it's not as much for the end as it has become a term now for us to contemplate and think really what do you really want to do? Family caregivers, older persons, what do you really want to do with life? Because to be frank, and I'm sure you would have been seeing it, it's not happening in Barbados alone. Many of our contemporaries, those of us who are in Gen X, let's say, we might be seeing the older generation is going, but also those in our generation and below are also suffering the effects of these sudden diseases and dying. And some are one or two had said to me, I really didn't get to do what I wanted to do. I thought we were going to be able to. One wife told me, I thought we were going to be able to finish and get to do the things that we wanted to do. But that didn't work out. So as age and illness progress, or life just changes and it might change in a blink of an eye, and we just don't know, literally. We just don't know our last day, do we? We just don't know. Uh, what do you do? What do you want to do? Do you want? Let's look at some common things. Persons think big, like, oh, you want to travel, you want to take a cruise, you want to climb a mountain. I want to climb a mountain. Um, that's on my bucket list. I want to climb a mountain, swim with sharks. I baked a cake already, so that's one off. And I do want to fly a plane. That might not be as possible. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Make it realistic. Make it unrealistic. It might seem unrealistic at first, and then lo and behold, you fulfill your dreams. Hey, do you want to finish a hobby you started? Do you want to finish a project you started? Do you want, if you're with a spouse who's having illness or who has dementia or who's going low, or and you want to finish that time while they're still with you, and you want to plan what you've not done before. The children are grown, you can do your own thing, or you can manage. Maybe you can't do something big, but you can do something small, like take a beach day and somebody take you down to the beach, and if you have a beach, or take you to a resort, something, something special, something that will be memorable, something that you want to do. Share that time, make new memories. That's the important thing about a bucket list. You want to fill the bucket with all the joy, and the maybe it's going to be mixed with sadness. It might be mixed with more anticipation. Who knows? Maybe you want to give back to your community. Maybe you just want to spend more time with family. Maybe you want to see the grandchildren who are growing up so fast. All of the above. Just one caveat though. Have you made your financial planning? Have you made your medical plans? Have you made your legal plans? Have you made your last plans? Be sure that you've gotten all your papers in order. As we say here, make sure your house is in order first so that you don't have to, your loved ones don't have to worry about it when you're gone, or you don't have that as a stress after you come back or before you leave, you know. Just be sure you've gotten all those things done. Legal preparations, letting family know, having a family meeting, speaking with your spouse, speaking with your friends, talking with your relatives. Just be sure all the ducks are in a row because, again, in the blink of an eye, things do change. They do change. And we want to embrace the concept of having the bucket list. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be fancy. One of mine was just baking the cake. Yeah, the big one is swimming with sharks. Um, um, like either enclosed or not. Hey, I, that's another story for another time. But explore and express your feelings about the journey. Devise your care plan. Devise whatever's happening. Make sure you have your medication. Speak with your physician. Let them know what you're planning to do. If you're with your spouse and that's the last, you want to do the something special together, consider what he or she might want to do versus what you might want to do, right? And then see where you can meet in the middle. No, not giving suggestions. I mean, you can go from hiking to just liming on a by a pool. Hey, it's about the memories. And speaking of memories, talk about your life. Share your experiences. We want to hear. My grand used to talk about a lot of the poems she wrote, and she showed me. And that might be something you want to do. Show me the poems she wrote. She showed me the she talks about the experiences she had growing up, how she climbed trees, how she went fishing, how she lived by the sea, and how agile she was, and how active, and how she wanted to learn everything. And then as she got older and life came in and children came in, and then later she said, I never lost my dreams. And that always stood with me. She never lost her dreams. And she always did something. There are lots of things that she hasn't done. And I know that now she may not be able to do it. And that makes me sad. So, if you can, and as a caregiver, make sure that you fulfill your goals too. Make sure you have your bucket list, your dreams. It doesn't have to be big. Right now, you may not be able to go far away from them, but what about a day away? What about just having a day to yourself? What about just spending time with yourself and with friends, having a carer? Don't let guilt stop you from fulfilling a dream that you have. Don't let, because it's going to go into more guilt when you say, you know what, I should have. That's the worst phrase. That's such a sad phrase. So again, this is going to be quick because we just want to be sure that it's a mixture of stepping out of your comfort zone, embracing the challenges you wanted to do, being realistic, making sure you have all your financial and medical and legal plans in order, but also that you enjoy the journey. The journey, whether you've lived for 90 years or 40 years or 20 years, the journey, your journey, your journey must be, there must be some part of your journey you can look back on and say, I did that against the odds. I did that. And we went there. I did this. I can document this. You don't have to even write it for anybody to see. Or you might want to write a book for everybody to see and get an idea of what it's like to have experienced certain things. Those of you who may have still be alive to know what your parents thought of with the Great Depression. I mean, how did that affect wartime? These sorts of things. Share. I think it's more about sharing in the experience than it is doing anything big and bold. You can do the big and the bold, but make sure that the journey, that you enjoy the journey, you share the experience, you fulfill your heart's desire. And you know what? One of the biggest things you can do when you meet with family, when you meet with friends, when you do your going to do your thing, is say the I love yous now. Say all the I love yous you can while there is still time. Because we never know when we will not have the time. So from my heart to yours, just say embrace the now, embrace the journey, make your list. Make make it fun, make it meaningful, make it worthwhile. Say all the I love yous because tomorrow is not promised. We can make our plans, we make our dreams, but there's no minute that goes by that we are in control of. But we can make our vision and we can stick to it and have a goal. And that keeps us going. And that keeps us feeling as though we have life in our life. Life. Living in our life. Don't lose the living in the life. My heart to yours, Dr. Lana, saying good morning, good evening, good night. I love you and all the best. Mwah.